So when I was about 12 years old, me and my brother every summer, we would travel to California to visit my grandparents. They lived out in the Bay Area. And when we would go there, my grandparents every Thursday would visit the Millbrae Senior Center and volunteer in a program called Helping Hands. And so when me and my brother would go out there for vacation, on Thursdays we would go with them to this program, Helping Hands. And I remember when we would go there, we would take part setting up the bags, and the clients would go down the line, and we would pass out the fresh produce that they had for the day. And I remember seeing my grandparents' connections with that community. And so when I came back to Texas and was old enough to volunteer on my own, that's something that I also, a connection in my community that I wanted to have. And of course, last year, when I came to St. Edward's, going into a whole nother city, it's easy to feel disconnected from the community. And so by volunteering, I was able to find this connection. So I'm Stella Cunningham. Thank you for joining me here today. And of course, during this presentation, please don't use your phone and hold questions off until the end due to the time. So I'm going to be presenting on the Central Texas Food Bank, and I'm going to be talking about their mission and how they have many programs aiding their mission, also how they are different from other organizations in their inclusivity, and of course how you can volunteer with them and the impact that they have and that you can have too. So starting with the Central Texas Food Bank's mission, stated here on the front, our mission is to nourish hungry people and lead the community in the fight against hunger. So one way to combat hunger is, of course, giving people food and having a healthy meal. And it's easy to see that as a fix to the problem, but to look for real solutions, we have to look at education and why the people are hungry in the first place. So the Central Texas Food Bank has many different programs. If you open your pamphlet, I have just a list of kind of opportunities, but they are in different sections of the Central Texas Food Bank. So they really focus on education. They go into schools, and last year I got the chance to volunteer with the Choices Nutrition Program, where we went to elementary schools and we would make like healthy snacks with the kids and play games to teach them about nutritious values, and we would go over like the food pyramid and stuff like that, so they would get a grip on it. And a couple of weeks ago when I did the volunteering, I went to the mobile food pantry in Kyle, Texas, where we distributed food to families. And so there's tons of different opportunities and programs that the Central Texas Food Bank runs that directly help complete their mission. And of course, the Central Texas Food Bank, back in Sugar Land in Richmond, Rosenberg, I volunteered with a program called Helping Hands. And with Helping Hands, they keep track of all the clients who come in, and you can only receive food once per 30 days. And so this is seen as an emergency food shelter. However, the Central Texas Food Bank, they do keep track of who comes, of course, for like national records and stuff, but they do not limit people from getting food more than one time. So you can go back to the Central Texas Food Bank as many times as you would like. And a lot of other programs, they see that we don't want people to create dependence on these resources. However, the Central Texas Food Bank, when I volunteered in Kyle, Texas a couple weeks ago, I was speaking with the director there and asking them about how they keep their records, and she was telling me how if you come to one of these events, this is seen as a statement of need, and the Central Texas Food Bank takes that need seriously, and they will always meet that need at their events if they have the food, which they usually do. And if you see over here, this little map of Texas, the highlighted orange region is the 21 counties that the Central Texas Food Bank serves, which it is a pretty large portion of Texas for one food bank to serve. And with the Central Texas Food Bank, their large impact, they connect with many food pantries, like smaller food pantries and soup kitchens, by giving them food and helping distribute the resources. And for those resources, the Central Texas Food Bank gets a lot of their food from like H-E-B or Walmart and larger groceries that give food that's about to expire or is like not necessarily, they don't give bad food to them, but they do have to weed through that. And when you're taking loads of food from like H-E-B, a lot of smaller food pantries don't have the capacity to like pick it up or process it. So the Central Texas Food Bank takes their resources and helps allocate that across their section that they serve, which here we know 15.6% of the people in these 21 counties are struggling with food insecurity, which is a high number. And of course, how you can join in the effort. If you want to make in-person, hands-on interaction with the Central Texas Food Bank, I went to the mobile food pantry a couple weeks ago, and we directly serve 67 households at that food pantry. So you get the chance to, I was handing out the potatoes and onions, but everyone comes through the line, so you're seeing the people, you're having the interactions with them, giving them the food, and then of course they'll go on their way. But if maybe you're not, I know sometimes like the requirements must lift 20 pounds, so if that's not up your alley, you can volunteer in their offices. So that's a great way to get involved too. And the Central Texas Food Bank, they have a large impact by distributing 34 million pounds of food every year. And of course, we believe there's strength in numbers. So if you can give money, donations, your time is worth so much. So consider volunteering. Thank you, and if you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them.